Okay guys, today I want to show you kind of like how to take notes and how to really classify and identify the quadrilaterals that we talked about last week. So I would really like it if you guys took notes with me as I'm drawing this out and kind of showing you the different rules, and they're going to be called clubs in this, so the different rules and clubs that the shapes can go into. So our first thing that we're going to write down on our piece of paper is at the top, you're going to write quadrilaterals. Okay, so we wrote quadrilaterals across the top. The next thing we want to do is underneath it, you're going to put 4 sides plus 4 angles. This is because, and we should know it from last week, in order to be classified as a quadrilateral, you are going, if you are a shape, you're going to have those 4 sides and 4 angles. If you do not have 4 sides, so if you only have 3 sides, like a triangle, you're not a quadrilateral. You just don't fit into the quadrilateral club. If you do not have 4 angles, so angles, remember, are like the little, like that. So that's an angle. So the little points inside of a shape, or the corners of the shape, those are our angles. They are not, if you do not have 4 of them, they're not a quadrilateral, okay? So the first big step, so when we're talking about quadrilaterals, there's a few different steps that you go through, or processes, in order to really classify that shape. The first big one that all shapes go into, or all quadrilaterals go into, is called the parallelogram club. So what you're going to do is, on your page, you're going to draw a parallelogram. And I'll show you how to do it. You're going to draw like this, like an angled line, okay? So it's slanted, straight line across the top. This you can see. Then you're going to draw another slanted line this way, and then a straight line across the bottom. And at the top here, you're going to put parallelogram club. So this is the parallelogram club, okay? There is one rule that you need to know in order for a shape to get into that club. A shape must have 2 pairs of parallel sides. And if you remember from about, I think it was 2 weeks ago, maybe in the week before spring break, we talked about parallel lines a little bit. So parallel lines are lines where they equal the same, or they're the same length. So I'll show you a shape right now that is a parallelogram. So like the one we drew around here, draw a smaller one. Okay. So if you look at it, these 2 sides are equal. They're the same length, okay? Now the top and the bottom, I had to fix it. The top and the bottom are longer than these 2 sides. So they're all 4 sides are not the same, but they do have a match. So like this side matches this side, and then this side matches this side, but they don't all match each other, okay? You could also draw one like this. It's kind of like a slanted rectangle. I tried my best to draw it. So these 2 would match, and then these 2 would match. So each side has a match, but not all 4 sides match each other. That is one of the rules. So it must have 2 pairs of parallel sides, okay? This also means that all 4 sides could match, because then you would still have 2 pairs. But for this rule right here, we're just going to go with 2 pairs. All right, so the next step would be the rhombus club. So that would be another step. So inside the parallelogram, we're going to draw a rhombus. The way you can draw a rhombus, okay, turn your page like this, so it's like that, and then try your best to draw a square. If it goes over a little bit, it's fine. See, mine went over. See? So we kind of tried our best to draw a square, but we turn it this way, it's kind of sideways. So that's a rhombus. A rhombus is basically like a square that's turned sideways, or a diamond. A kite's a rhombus, things like that. So inside, you're going to write rhombus club. Guys, your shapes can be bigger than mine. That's totally fine. Just do as big as you can to fit the page and to fit in your notes. So rhombus club. Okay, so the rhombus club means the one rule that you have to have is it must, again, it's okay if it goes outside, must have 4 equal sides. So all 4 sides are equal. What shape do we know better that has 4 equal sides than a square? So a square goes inside a rhombus. Okay, so a square has 4 equal sides. The only other one is the rhombus. It also has 4 equal sides. Okay, next step we're going to take is the rectangle club. So when you're drawing your rectangle club, you want it to go in, but make sure it goes around that square. Okay, because I'm going to explain in a minute, but a square goes into the rectangle club. Okay, so we're going to put a rectangle club. So the rule for this rectangle club is the shape must have 4 right angles. Okay, so rectangle club, it must have 4 right angles. All right, so we see here this one, they're all right angles, or they should be. Miss Jones can't draw that well, so just bear with her. They should all be 4 right angles. But in a square, we have 4 right angles. Now in a rhombus, it should be that this one's a little bit smaller angle. This one's a wider angle. We got a smaller angle again, and then this one should be wider. They should not all equal, or they should not be right angles because of the way we have it turned. But that square still goes there because it has 4 equal sides, and then it goes in the rectangle club because it has 4 right angles. Now, I'm gonna write it purple. One thing you need to remember with this, the number one thing, I'm gonna put it here, is that a square, so our square here, our friendly square, gets into all 3 clubs. Woo! So our square gets to go in the parallelogram club because it has 2 pairs of parallel sides. Right here, see, that's 1 pair, another pair. Okay, it also gets to go in the rhombus club because it has 4 equal sides, just like I just showed you. They all equal the same length. And then they must have 4 right angles. See? Right angles right there. So our square is very special and has VIP access into all the clubs. All right? So I want you, on the slide after this, you guys are going to upload your notes, your picture notes, onto Google Slides. I'm going to show you how to do that on that slide. So if you go over that one, it'll show you how to upload your picture so I can see your beautiful notes. I know that some of you are going to have it color-coded and really nice, and that's great. Some of you may not, and that's also great. As long as you have it written down, we'll be good to go. After that, you guys are going to have some activities to do with kind of putting the shapes into their right clubs. I want you to use this and to use the rules to help you with that, okay? I hope this was helpful and that you guys like this style of learning rather than just kind of some notes on the PowerPoint. Let me know if you guys liked it like this, all right? Okay, bye.